Hey everybody, welcome to the West Dakota Dad. My name is Cody. This is my podcast where we talk about faith, family, and life. This is episode number 10 with a tribute. Good morning. Good morning. That is how my Grandpa Ben always answered the phone when he either called you or you called him, no matter what time of day it was. That was one of the funny quirks that he had that I remember a lot from growing up. Just a little backstory. My grandpa was in the Navy, and he was also a pilot. He flew a slurry bomber plane for firefighting, which is pretty cool. Makes me feel pretty unaccomplished in my life for the coolness factor, I guess you could say. But that's not really what it's about, I know. But that's just a little backstory about him. He passed away about when I was about 12 to 13 years old. I can't remember exactly what age I was. But on a positive note, I did get to spend part of that summer with him and my Granny Jay down in Arizona that year, and we created so many great memories. One in particular was that it was very warm down there in the summertime. Me being from up here in the northern part of the United States, that's a little warm, but so yeah, we went down to Arizona. It was the first year that I had ever flown on a plane. And as a matter of fact, I flew from Rapid City with a connecting flight in Denver and then to Phoenix in the end by myself. So my nerves were on high. So I can't imagine what my mom was going through during that whole flight and everything. But as soon as I got off and followed the people to the baggage claim and everything, I remember seeing my grandpa there, just cool cat leaned up against the railing, arms crossed, big smile on his face, had his cane, and it was awesome. And he was wearing the sunglasses that I'm wearing, and this hat he wasn't wearing this hat, but this hat I also got from him. The people that are listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or Podcast Addict that can't see what I'm wearing, I am wearing a Dale Earnhardt Sr. hat and a pair of my grandfather's sunglasses. I just acquired this hat recently from my Granny Jay. She sent it up to me, and it's just awesome. It has Dale Earnhardt Sr. as the hat, and it has some signatures on it. I don't think Dale Earnhardt's is on here. There is a number 3, but it doesn't look like Dale Earnhardt to me. That's not the most important issue or the most important thing about this hat. It's the fact that it was my grandfather's, and if only these glasses could allow me to see what my grandpa was seeing when I'm assuming he was probably wearing these while he was getting this hat signed, and if this hat could talk and tell me the story about how he acquired all these signatures, that would be fantastic. And yeah, I do have a lot of questions I would love to sit down and chat with my grandpa about now, that I didn't have at the time when I was young. But I really look back, and it's just like, I'm so thankful that I got to at least spend the time that I did with him, and I had memories made from it, and now I have these two possessions that he had, and it helps me look back and remember all the positive memories, and like the adventure we had by driving back up from Arizona to our family reunion, and me keeping him awake while I read him crossword puzzles, and all the different sayings he had that I remember, like work smarter, not harder. And we blew a tire in Colorado on the fifth wheel, and I was helping him change it, and he taught me how, and one of the questions he had was if I was hoarse enough to do it, and it always made me grin because he is so proud of me that I could do that. And it really boosts a young kid's ego. So not that it needs to be boosted, but it makes you feel good. But yeah, so that's just me going down memory lane here. And for most of you, if you're not a relative of mine, it probably doesn't touch home as much as it would if it was one of your loved ones, because it was my grandpa. But I'm sure that you guys all have some sort of memorabilia at home that allows you to look back at your loved ones and what they did and all the positive memories and everything. And that's kind of why we hold on to these material objects, not necessarily because of the value, but of the sentimental value, the memories that help trigger, that are triggered through these objects. And I know a lot of us, segueing into today's discussion, a lot of us that believe in Jesus and follow Jesus and everything have some sort of memorabilia that voice crack there a little bit, that we have that helps remind us of what Jesus did for us in dying for our sins. And that is in the form of a cross. For those of you listening, I am wearing a cross necklace, and that's not the only way that some of us might have them. Some of us might have a tattoo. Some of us might have just a wall decoration of a cross, or some sort of article of clothing that has a cross on it. Whatever it is, we usually have that because we are proud believers and followers of Jesus, and it helps us as a memory cue to turn to God, be thankful for what he did for us, all the teachings that he had for us, the sins that he carried of ours, all the burdens of ours to the cross to be put to death. I have a verse for you guys today, Luke chapter 9, verse 23 and 24. Then he said, he being Jesus, to the crowd, "If any of you wants to be my follower, you must turn from your selfish ways, take up your cross daily, and follow me. If you try to hang on to your life, you will lose it. But if you give up your life for my sake, you will save it." Now, that's not necessarily meaning like take up your cross daily. Oh, that means that I better put on my cross necklace every day, or my favorite cross t-shirt, or tattoo one permanently on me. That's not what it's saying. Taking up your cross daily, I think in what I've come to learn is basically, even though Jesus died for us on the cross, that didn't make us perfect little angels. He died for our sins, and we've been forgiven. But taking up our cross daily, we still struggle with sinful nature. Remember in Galatians when we talked about sinful nature, we still struggle with temptation. We struggle with lustful thoughts. We struggle with what might be profanity. It might be, our actions or words that we use against people. Those are all things. When we take up our cross daily, we take those things, nail them to the cross to be to be put to death. And that's what I think what it means by taking up your cross daily. It's not meaning physically carrying a cross. But that's just one of the ways as humans that we kind of remember stuff by, is visual cues. And so if having a cross necklace, or having something in your pocket that when you put your hands in your pocket you feel it and it reminds you of it, or a cross t-shirt or something, if that helps you take up your cross daily, by all means go for it. But it doesn't mean that you have to. And another way that we can help by taking up our cross daily is, in this world of technology, instead of carrying around a book, we can download an app. There's tons of different Bible apps out there, or daily verse apps or something that you can download to your phone, and then you have your phone everywhere you go, and it can send you a notification to just kind of remind you, like, hey, have you prayed lately? Have you read about this lately, or whatever? One of the ones I use is called YouVersion. It's a Bible app that has so many different features. It's awesome. But I do want to say I am not a spokesperson for YouVersion or sponsored by them, so I'm not saying that that's the one you have to have. But I like it because of all the different features it has. It has prayer groups on there. You can connect with other friends and share Bible verses and stuff with each other. It has all the different versions of the Bible and translations. So that's pretty cool. It has devotions on there, and yeah, it's awesome. It carries statistics of how often you are in the Bible, which kind of motivates you to take up your cross daily. And the other thing that I thought was really cool is in the year of 2020. Now, this is my last podcast before the end of the year. In the year of 2020, we need Jesus. Just like every year, but for some reason this year it seems to be a little bit more in the need for people to have Jesus in their lives. And the really cool thing about the YouVersion Bible app, they sent me an email, and it basically said that this year over 52 million people had downloaded their Bible app. And I thought that was very encouraging. 52 million people. Maybe that sounds like a huge number for me because I'm from small towns, but I think that's very encouraging that many people are either one, new, or two, people that want to have the accessibility from their phone. And again, you don't have to carry a YouVersion Bible app. You might just have a perfect routine where you wake up and you start your day off with a coffee and a prayer, which is great. But it is helpful for me, and if you guys struggle too, to have multiple options to basically be able to take up your cross daily and learn some new things. So that's why I like having a Bible app on my phone, and I like having a cross necklace because as I move and stuff and it moves around, I'm like, oh yeah. Now, I'm not, this metal cross is not actually saving me. It is when I feel it, I'm like, that's right. Jesus died for my sins, and I'm very thankful. So yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to take away from today is that we all need to take up our cross daily. And if it helps having a visual cue or some sort of memorabilia of Jesus, then by all means, go for it. And until next time, I'm the West Dakota Dad, and we'll see you next year.